Hello, my name is Robert Torres. I'm in the EAR-24 class at RCC, and this video is about my bulletin board I have for the class, and it's frog themed, so I wear my green colored frog shirt, and let's get started with our tour. Alright, here's my bulletin board here. As you can see, it's frog themed, so when the kids come and see the bulletin board, you'll see all the textures on here and the bright colors, the blues and the yellows and oranges. So that'll be part of our five senses of sight. So and all the three images that the log sticking out and the corn dog grass and everything, and the sun or the shadows. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with our border here. Our border is made out of green silky fabric. I cut one by one. As you can see, they're all different shapes and sizes. I use a glue gun to glue the pieces together. Glue them to the bulletin board, and it goes down to the bottom on the side, and each side's shape is different. Just like if you're going to a real park or a pond, you see all the lily pads and leaves are all different shapes and sizes, so then all the way down to the smallest ones. So that's what I like about this border. So it's different textures, not all the same. So we go over here. So now we go to our blue sky. Our blue sky is made out of blue felt, light blue felt. And our clouds here are made out of cotton balls stretched out, and some are not stretched out. And I used a glue gun to glue as well. So like they're giving out little shadows. Also, our sun's made out of a yellow paper plate. I got the Dollar Tree. Pretty cool, simple items you can get at the store. You might even have this at home. So yeah, it works perfect. So we're going down to our corn dog grass here. Our corn dog grass is made out of a toilet paper roll. And I use brown silk fabric to cover the toilet paper rolls to make like the corn dogs. And also use the glitter glue, gold glitter glue, to give it an effect so kids can do touching. That'll be part of our five senses, is touching. And I used the real twigs to make the stems. So I give them like that real likeness effect. And so I also kept some of this little stuff sticking out in the sides, give that likeness. And our paper, tissue paper is made out of, the grass is made out of tissue paper. So make that sound so that when it blows, you can see it like blowing, like real life grass. Like right now, it's blowing right now. So we're going down to we use string in here to give it like some 3D effect as well. And we're going down to our pond. As you can see, our pond has rocks on the sides. So our pond is made out of felt with pouches for a game that we're going to be talking about later. And we got little green glitter glue as well on the side. And the rocks are real. So they're different shapes and sizes, so they can touch. That's why our five senses is touching. All the way onto the side. And they're all different colors as well. Some are bright and some are even dark. And this log over here on top is made out of a paper towel roll. I covered it with felt, brown felt, and also added some glitter glue, green glitter glue on the side, so it gives that little grass vegetation moss effect. And I also have a log piece sticking out right here. It looks like it's part of the log, like real, lifelike. And the kids can touch the log; it doesn't move, so they can touch the rock that's kind of sticking out. We're just waiting for a squirrel or something to come out of there, right? And also, our log down here is made out of the paper towel roll, and there's like even a twig on the side. It's like a log part. It's like part of the branch sticking out of it. So pretty cool. And also, our pond has our lily pads that has made out of tissue paper. And when you touch them, it was like them splashing in the water. That's be like one of our five senses is hearing. Splash, 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 splash. All right, we have another corn dog that's over here on the side as well. So the twig sticking out, as you can see, the real pieces sticking out. So give that liveness effect. And our grass back here is made out of construction paper. I also cut it out the grass, so make it sticking out like a 3D effect as well. So it'll be, for sight. Okay, we're gonna start with our first game. It's called Help the Frogs Jump into the Pond. I used a machine to cut the letters out, and I used yellow cardstock, so it's not store-bought. So I made the letters myself, or used a machine to cut them out. So, all right. So our first game is called Help the Frogs Jump into the Pond. So we're gonna do down here in the bottom of the stationery. We have a bag full of frogs. They're also made out of felt, and I cut them out one by one and put faces on them using markers and use googly eyes to give that little eyes effect. So kids will have fun with that. So sight, and also put a little bit of baby oil on them as well, to give them that wet, slimy, slippery, greasy effect as well. So and it smells good. So I'll be by my 5 senses of smell. So I used baby oil for the frogs, just a little dab, not too much. So yeah, you don't want to overdo it because it'll get too wet, but enough to get a little bit of slimy slipperiness in your hands. And then kids love the smell of baby oil, and I'm sure adults too do too. Okay, so now we're going back to our game. So the child's gonna go up to the board saying, how many help the frogs jump to the pond?" So we're gonna get one of the frogs, and I'm gonna be like, "Jump to the pond." We have them jump into the pouch, be stationary, like that, and then hop into the pond. There you go. We got one green frog hopped into the pond. So now we're gonna do a different color. We're gonna go with a red frog. So we're gonna have to help the red frog jump to the frog into the pond. So we're gonna get the red frog. And we'll go. Oh, he's gonna jump here. She's gonna jump over here. Jump, and we get him into the pouch. And now, frog's in the pouch. And we'll go with the yellow one. Help the yellow one jump to the pond. So hop. We'll have him go way over here. Oops, I'm doing this one-handed, by the way. I have him go way over here and jump into the pond. Put him in the pouch. And there you go. Now he's in the pond. We got three. How many? And this is good for counting too. We got three frogs into the pond, different colors. I got one red, got green, and got one yellow. We gotta use a different color we haven't used before. So we're gonna use an orange frog. So we have the orange frog hop into the pond, put him in a pouch, and there you go. And there you go. And then the frog's in the pouch. All right, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So now we have all the frogs into our pond and our pouches. And like I said, this is also good for counting. I made up to 10, so it gets kids to more interact more with the game. So, and also be like, how many frogs do we have now? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 frogs in here. We got a yellow frog, we got a red frog, we got a green frog, we got an orange frog in the pond. So these are, you can take these out and redo them again with the children. Different, children can interact with doing this game. So this, I think, could be fun for the kids to do. And there you go. And then the kids will love the smell of baby oil. Also, we're going to our second game. Our second game is to help put the flies on a frog's tongue. And we have two frogs up here, and these are stationary, by the way, so they don't move. And I made them a little bit bigger so it'll be easier so the kids can know the difference between the bigger ones and the smaller ones. The bigger ones stay, and the smaller ones are the ones they can move. So, and I used the green and orange felt. I also cut these myself. The tongues are made out of Velcro, and I stuck them onto the bulletin board. I had to use a red marker because I couldn't find red Velcro, but that's okay because it looks like it's pink, like a tongue. So yeah. So anyway, help put the flies on Frank's tongue. So down here in the bottom, we have little flies in a bag, and the flies are made out of pom poms, and the wings are made out of little cardstock. I put glitter on them. In the bottom, there's Velcro. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna have to fly up to any of these tongues, and they're gonna stick them on. And there you go. We got a fly that sticks on. And so a lot of stories that we read to the kids when I did family nights, story times. Stories that said that that frogs eat bugs or flies to live. So a lot of the kids would know. Some kids do know that the frogs eat flies or bugs. So yeah. So that's the concept of this game is that they can grab the flies and put them on their tongue and stick them onto their tongue like that. and we're going to, kids will have fun sticking them onto the tongue like this, and then because I want to do one on this one, and they'll grab a lot of these flies and they'll be sticking them on, oops, sticking them on down to the, sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, like that. And we'll go another one over here, and then we do one more, and we'll stick them on right there. So he's already, you don't have to reach out to grab it. So the kids will have fun to put a child doing something like that. So we'll just put them in his mouth, and and we'll have some flies on their tongue now, so now they're not gonna be hungry anymore. I also made some extras so kids can touch and feel the little flies. I made out of pom poms, so we made plenty of them. And this is again, kids can play over and over, take turns, and once they're done, they can pull them out. And this is what I like about this one, because you can pull them out, you can hear like the ripping noise, like that, and it almost sounds like a frog is talking, because it was like the frogs are making a croaking noise every time they pull them out. So I'll be like hearing, like that. No, they're talking. The kids will be like, oh, they're croaking, they're ribbiting. So, yeah, so that makes it kind of cool. And the kids will do it over again. Move this fly, move over here, and there you go. And yeah, so I like this because I like the sound of Velcro ripping off too, and the kids will too. I also put down in the bottom right here are frog eggs made out of mini marshmallows. This is good for sensory. And then since frogs do lay eggs as well, so this gives an idea about how frogs' eggs look like and how small they could be, and they can feel like, oh, they're squishy and soft. And but I also put them on a seal the top right here so the kids can try to reach out and eat. But later, this is also good for smelling as well, because you can smell the marshmallows through the bag, so for our senses to smell. They can also taste these because they're real marshmallows, but I don't know if it'll be quite part of our senses. But we do have a little bag of marshmallows left over. Maybe kids want a couple of marshmallows later or something if they, the parents let them. But that's maybe that's a little bit later. But I could be considered as taste as well, I guess. So that'll be our 5 senses there. So here is my bulletin board one more time. I have entered colors, shapes, and texture. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Robert Torres for the EAR class, signing off. And one more time, check out the coolness of it. We'll see you next time.